Today, every teenager wants to be a YouTuber or TikToker or whatever the latest shortcut to fame is. But back when I was growing up, the dream was to be a rock star. Javier Milei is more or less my age and is living his dream, more or less. Welcome to A Bloke in Buenos Aires with news and views in English from the capital of Argentina. Don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment. It's often been commented on by himself and in the press that in his younger days Milei was the singer in a Rolling Stones tribute band. During his election campaign he became famous for his performance antics, but we haven't seen much of that side of him recently, until Wednesday. On Wednesday evening, Milei held a huge rally in Luna Park to launch his latest book. President Milei had originally intended to launch his new book at the Buenos Aires International Book Fair earlier this month. But after an argument with the organisers and concerns about security, his appearance was called off. Instead, he chose to hold the book launch event in Luna Park, an indoor concert arena in the centre of Buenos Aires that holds about 8,500 people. It's usually a venue for international stars. I saw Tom Jones play there a few years ago. True to his mantra of "there's no money," Milei said that the event was privately financed by himself and some supporters. Tickets were given out for free to the waiting crowds outside, although TV journalists were denied entry, presumably to keep the transmission of the event entirely within the control of Milei's publicity machine. The media hyped things up, but I think neither the TV pundits nor the waiting crowds really knew what they were in for, and what they got was a long way from what they had probably expected. I think the audience was expecting some kind of Trumpian political rally, and indeed it kicked off with Milei and a band on stage performing a song to wild applause. But that was followed by a rather dull 2-hour lecture on the history of economics as presented in his latest book, which probably went right over the heads of most people. Milei is a bit of an economics nerd. He has a passion and enthusiasm for his chosen field and doesn't really understand why people aren't simply inspired by global macroeconomic theory in the same way he is. A combination of disappointment and boredom saw the crowd slowly drift away. By the time the show was over, the Luna Park Stadium was only half full and the mood was much more sedate. Milei's latest book is entitled Capitalism, Socialism and the Neoclassical Trap. He's already written a number of others about economics. There have been many accusations of plagiarism against this and Milei's earlier works. It's been suggested that large sections have been simply lifted from texts by other authors, both online and from printed volumes. Obviously, these accusations have been dismissed as petty jealousy, but rumours persist and investigations continue. There is also a rumour that some parts of the book may have been changed for publication in other countries. It's said that the edition published in Spain has some of Milei's biographical details changed, particularly surrounding his educational qualifications. These rumours remain unconfirmed. There's also been a certain amount of criticism about Milei's choice to hold such a celebratory event while the country is still in such deep economic problems, and with so many people unable to pay the rent or put food on the table. Milei has been hailing the successes of himself and Finance Minister Luis Caputo at reducing monthly inflation to only 8.8%, down from more than 20% in December. But annual inflation continues to rise, and while some numbers might look good on spreadsheets, the reality on the street and in the supermarket doesn't feel like any kind of improvement. Homelessness is up, and the choices when food shopping grow more and more limited. The government's austerity programme is slowly freezing up economic activity, industrial output and domestic spending continue to fall, while unemployment is on the rise. Even the value of the problematic dollar blue has risen again sharply in the last few days, making exchange rate unification a more distant possibility. Milei came into office saying that things would get worse before they got better, and most people said they were prepared to go along with that. But it's coming up for 6 months since he took office, and more people are slipping below the poverty line. Is that really what people voted for? Thanks for watching. If you like this latest video, please give it a like. And if you're not already subscribed but want to see more content like this, just click on the button. If you want to support the channel, you can buy me a coffee in the link below. And until next time, que tengas un buen día.